let me tell you about Susan. So Susan is an international best-selling author, inspirational speaker and trainer who, for over 30 years, has been setting stages and hearts on fire with her impassioned message. She's led over 200 personal transformational seminars, as well as trainings for corporations such as PayPal, StubHub, and Peak Potentials, impacting more than 15,000 lives internationally. Since joining Thrive, Susan is on a mission to help emerging thought leaders be seen, heard, valued, and paid well for their inspired voice. Susan's first year as a six-figure speaker participant, 3 of her clients ended up in the top 10. For the last 2 years, speaking on our stage, 7 of the top 10 were speakers that worked with Susan between the 2 weekends of speaker launch and acceleration. Susan's coaching made her dynamic speaker clients tens of thousands of dollars from their 12-minute talk on the six-figure speaker weekends alone. Now, 2 years ago, as the #1 speaker, Scott Mills walked off the stage with $12,000, and after follow-ups, it's brought in over $70,000 from that one offer. And Scott actually acknowledges Susan's listening and picking out the gems and metaphors for his success. Her specialty is taking the templates and going deeper and actually customizing it for you. She has a real gift and passes on her magic to you, so your audiences are inspired and leaning in and saying, I want more, how can I work with you? And she is going to wow you with her brilliance in only 12 minutes. I know, you're really like, how is it possible? She's going to show you what 12 minutes can look like. So will you please help me welcome to our stage, Susan Kerby.
Here wants to be a dynamic speaker? Who here wants to be a dynamic speaker who consistently inspires your audiences to pay you thousands of dollars every time you make an offer? Yes! Welcome to the heart and soul of making offers that are great while you're making money that's even greater. Charla, I just want to acknowledge you, and Jesse, I see you there too. Thank you for always knowing who I am. 4 years ago when I came into these rooms, I had forgotten who I am, and they saw me. And you've always had my back. And I just really appreciate who you are for leaders who don't know they're yet leaders, and causing us to be the leaders we're meant to be in your community. So thank you for that. And I want to thank each of you for being here. I want you to know you're really, really smart to be here. And you have courage, and I really call it audacity, because you're willing to say, it's going to be my business to get my message out to the world. And the world doesn't really believe in that, but you do, and we do. And I want to tell you, I've been a speaker geek since 1983. It's a long time to be a speaker geek. I have invested thousands and thousands of hours and tens of thousands of dollars in all the trainer trainings known to man. And can you help me with this? There we go. Thank you. I've invested thousands of hours and thousands of dollars in all the trainer trainings. And I can tell you, you know what? They were amazingly valuable. I learned how to stand on stage. I learned how to talk. But you know what? This one is the only one that made me tens of thousands of dollars. The other one's not a dime. So, you're in the right place. Can I tell you a little about myself? Okay, so this is my journey. I love my life. I have a blessed life. I get so many miracles. I have so many gifts. I just came back from 2 weeks in Alaska with my husband, a little romantic getaway on the cruise ship, and it was brilliant and beautiful. And I have to tell you, my husband's cuter now than the day I married him 22 years ago. I'm so lucky. And he and I have had each other's back from the beginning. I've been the COO and CEO of his pedestal manufacturing company that we started together. And he's been the back of every seminar I've led. He and I met when I was training to lead seminars, and he was managing the back of the room. And for 20 years, he's been the back of every seminar I lead. Awesome. And I have to tell you, we live in this great house. It's an acre. It overlooks the trees and up in the Sonoma County wine country. And I get to actually change the world one speaker at a time sitting in my living room. And I get paid really well for it. But it wasn't always that way. Can you believe it? When I walked up on stage the first time, I was so geeky and weird and completely unconnected. And the speaker trainer was like, to the audience, the other trainers who were leading, "Are you gonna let her get away with that?" I'm like, "Get away with what?" And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't even know I was disconnected. I was so disconnected. And obviously over years and years of experience, years and years of training, I've gotten better. And I got very effective at seminars, but I never made a dime from sharing my gifts. It was a volunteer for Landmark Education. I'd led years. I'd transferred the 15,000 lives you hear of, but it was never my money. And as I was busy transforming everybody else's life, my life was actually going down. My pedestal business was getting further and further in debt. And in 2008, when the final little hit in the banking industry took the economy down, we lost 70% of our business. $40,000 was my break even. We were selling $20,000 a month. You can get in the hole really fast at $20,000 a month. So by the time I kind of realized this month it's not going to turn around, just like last month it didn't turn around, and it didn't turn around, it didn't turn around, I was $300,000 and 18 credit cards in debt. Even the bankruptcy attorneys were impressed by that. They're like, wow, you got him to lend you a $300,000 unsecured credit? I'm like, yeah, we were really good. We had really good credit. And I sat at my what used to be my receptionist desk, for my 8 employees, and my, there me and my husband, and I'm crying. I'm like, why did I do this? What did I do? Then I kind of went, well, why would you do this, God? Why? Well, why me? Why did we do this? And what I got was, it was really my time to go speak. It was time to do the thing I was designed to do, and not do the thing that I was just doing. And so I wouldn't have ever left if the economy hadn't crashed. So I really apologize for anybody who got crashed in the economy, because I apparently had to do this so that I could come do this. Now here I am, it's Friday night, and I get this email. Just because I knew I needed to speak didn't mean I knew who to speak to, what to speak about, or how to get paid for it. So I'm like, read this email, and it said, "Are you a coach looking for more clients?" Yes. And I opened the email, and here I am. And thanks to Six Figure Speaker and the templates, I got what I needed to go actually start my own speaker business and help people speak from the heart and make a difference in the world the way they're designed to make. And you know what? Between the 2 weekends of speaker, I had my first dynamic delivery day. And you know what? I had 3 of the top 10 clients, my clients in the top 10, and they were making thousands of dollars. And then I had 12 live events in the first year, and I've had dozens and dozens of live events since then, and making more thousands of dollars for my clients. And you heard. It's really cool. And now I've gotten asked this year, I was actually invited to go speak at a Leadership Success Summit on Inspiring Presence. I got to speak at the Conscious Business Network with little leaders of 6- and 7-figure businesses, and I got to lead them and about leading from the heart. This is so cool. And I have to tell you, though, the best thing is I get to actually contribute back to you. And I get to actually carve everything that isn't you away so that you can be who you're supposed to be when you're on stage. And that's what I love, is when your message really matches kind of what God's wanting for you to be out there making the difference in the world. Truthfully, I argued with God, I'm like, really, speaker training? And he's like, yeah, I'm bringing you my messengers, you have them be good. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So that's what I get to do. And today, I have 2 intentions for you. The first intention, I'm going to give you my hottest secret for how to get thousands of dollars from your offers. Ready for that? Coming soon. And then I know you all want to work with me, because who wouldn't want to work with me if I can do this for you, right? So I'm going to let you know how you can get an hour of my time before we leave here tonight, okay? All right. So, your gifts are super, super, super valuable. And the problem is, we've been in this room and you're all like, yes, I've got my bravado, I'm ready to go speak, I've got my templates, I've got my content, I've got all this new information, I am ready to jump from the airplane and hope my parachute opens, because at some point we're leaving these rooms and it's going to be your stage and your people. And you know what? Your parachute's your offer. Jesse and Charlotte both said that this can be either the highest paid profession or the lowest paid profession. And it depends on the setup of your offer and the delivery of your offer. So, the good news is I have a crystal ball. And I can tell you that this is a task worth taking on. It's a challenge worth facing. Because if you knew what it took for me with 30 years of experience to come and prepare my heart and soul for you for 12 minutes, that's been nothing but life transformational for me. So I can get what you're going through, and I want to be there with you. And I look at my crystal ball, and I see you. The people who have been waiting for you their whole lives are assembled in your rooms. And you are there dynamically delivering your offers and actually getting your content, having your people going, yes, I want to work with you. And all that stuff you've put on Facebook and all that stuff you put on Eventbrite and all the times you wrote and rewrote your offers and all that, it's all coming together. And you are being very, very successful. As they're all like, yay, I want to pay you thousands of dollars to solve my problem. So that's the future I see for you. A month, in the next month, we can do this. Now, when we're there, you want to know my secret and how you can get in? So this is the problem that you have, is most of you care about your content, and everybody doesn't want to be a salesperson. So you know what? Even seasoned speakers leave their body and be weird when they go to ask for money on stage, because they focus on today and the content and making sure they get value today. But you know what that costs you? Is future value. Because you are not going to impact the world and change the world in an hour. The only hope you have of actually making a lasting impact is if they actually work with you. And they only will work with you if you actually make them an offer. So now, you want to know my secret? Your people want you to be good at selling them the solution to their problem. They came because you put out a flyer that said, I can do this. And they said, I want that. And they're hoping you're going to actually sell them. And if you don't sell them, it's rude. It's like you came with your gift to the birthday party and then everybody's happy and you all eat your food and then you walk away and you go, I'm sorry, Linda, I gotta go. And Linda's like, where's my gift? So cut it out and stop being rude. That's a little bit of a reframe, right? It's all it takes is to get, that's the difference you need to make. So, you know, I've had people stand up here, they got themselves in the top 10, and this is the question they came to me with. they were like, okay, so proud, I'm about to start my offer. And it says, who here knows the difference between, or what does Donald Trump, the Chinese emperor, and I have in common? And they go, he was so proud. I'm like, you have just pissed off your audience. They don't want to be stumped, they don't like Donald Trump, and they don't care about the Chinese emperor. And we ended up finding out that he was talking about art of Chinese date selection. We called it a date with destiny. And he went into a room and said, who here, who's offering to speakers, who here wants to know the most auspicious days to have their events? He got 50 out of 80 people to run to the back of the room and pay him $200 to be $10,000 in the first 12 minutes. So this is what we have to say, is I want to offer you that. I want to offer you an hour with me. And you get one-on-one time with me. So for everybody who'd like to have an hour with me is normally $497. Now you know an hour with Jesse and Charlotte's like $1,500 and it's worth every penny. But $497 when the possibility of you can make thousands, it's ridiculous. And you know what I want to say? Is in addition to that, you're going to get an hour-long video of me doing the Inspired Presence at the Leadership Success Summit. So you can watch what it takes to take your stage with Inspired Presence. And not only that, you know I'm not going to leave it at $497. Because I really want to work with all of you. So today, when you sign up today, you get it for $197. So if everybody would pass out the forms, and if you want one-on-one time with me, with my eyes on your offer, because I can tell you can get into the top 10 and still have crap in your templates. Like, you just don't even know why it didn't work, but I do. So run it by me, not by, don't test it on your audience, test it on me first, and don't waste your time that way. I just would love to give that to you. So please, it'd be my honor to do that with you. So thank you very, very much for having me on your stage, Charlotte.
And let's give Susan a huge round of applause. I think everybody's like stuck in like, I want to fill out that form. This is like, I want to give you a huge round of applause.
I know, you just you don't have a whole lot of time for form filling out in 12 minutes. I can tell you that much.
Yes. So, 12 minutes of awesomeness, yes? Do you see what's possible in 12 minutes? Are you inspired? And for those of you who want to work with Susan, this really is an extreme, extraordinary gift for her to help you customize those templates and make them really work for you. So I do encourage you to say yes to working with her. And let's give Susan one more round of applause. Woo-hoo! All right, everyone, we are going to take